There is a lost art of creating, and I don't want that to end up being something that you end up losing as well. When you are creating things, and I'm not talking about art or anything like that, I'm specifically talking about creating your life. When you decide what you want to have happen and you create it in your mind, you also create how you want to do it. And both the objective of what you are going to get and how you are going to get there are very unique to you. And here is where the blocker happens, because you can sit here and say, oh yeah, I want to do A, B, and C, and I want to get it through doing A, B, and C, and this is the route that I want to take, and da 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 da. And then this is where that lost art of creativity comes in, because you come up with those ideas and sometimes you don't even get that far, to be honest, but you end up running into this blocker of falling into what everybody else is doing. For a lot of us, we follow what other people's dreams are. We follow how they achieve those dreams. We follow what they do. And we tend to do it without even realizing that we're doing it, which is what makes it so dangerous. It's destroying your ability to create for yourself, your ability to think for yourself. Instead, you are doing what seems to align with other people, what seems to align with the majority. If there's a certain path that you want to go down, first off, you are more likely to pick what everybody else is accepting of. And then two, when it comes to how you want to get it done, you are also more accepting of what other people say. For instance, for me, with college, I decided to go for business management. Now, a lot of people told me that's a terrible idea. People told me that I shouldn't do it, that it's too broad. And then there are some people that were, encouraging. But for the most part, I heard a lot of negativity regarding my degree. So that is an example of your goal, what you are striving for, your accomplishment, the overall thing being affected and influenced by the people around you and their opinions. Now, the second thing is how I decided to do it. I decided that what would be best for me was to do my degree completely online. And when I first came up with this idea and I first decided that that was something that I wanted to do, I did have backlash of like, that's an awful idea. You're going to regret doing that. You shouldn't decide to do that. It was like a very straightforward, though this is your life, I'm telling you no type response that I had gotten. And that is an example of how you decide to get what you want, the path that you want to go down in order to get what you want, how that can be affected and influenced by people around you. And being creative and creating the life that you want and how you want to do it is going to be what's going to bring you the most joy, truthfully. And that's where you have to decide, what, I'm going to make a plan on how I'm going to accomplish whatever and the way that I want to accomplish it, and I'm happy with it. When you decide that you are going to take the unique route, when you decide that you're going to take the unique path, don't take it and feel unhappy. Don't take it and be unwavering. Yes, those emotions may come, but try to be happy with the choice that you make, because this is your life and you're making choices that are going to benefit you. At least that's what you should be doing. And I will say it's hard because yes, with the internet, you can find unique groups for sure. I will say that. A lot of negative things do come from social media. A lot of following the path of what everybody else is doing, all that crap. A lot of that comes from social media, mind you. But you can find unique groups in social media. But there is this like fear-mongering, scare tactic that be happening where even if you find your unique group, I'm trying to think of an example of a unique group. Honestly, I'm having a hard time thinking about one, but let's just give business for example. So you can find a unique group of business, but let's say within whatever business you are wanting to do, there are going to be people literally attacking each other in that unique group. The best way that I can explain it is that people will literally make videos, I've seen it, where it's like it's already a smaller group of people that are thriving and pursuing the specific life and the specific lifestyle and having what they truly want in life. It's already a small group, but within that group, you will have people externally dissing each other, dissing those people, being like, oh, this person's so stupid, this person's so selfish, this person's so this person's so that. And so you end up seeing those videos come across your feed and you're like, ooh, if this person's being trash talked and being dissed and dragged online, I don't know if I want to go down that path, not because I don't think it's good, but because I see judgment coming from it. And then even within the unique group, you have people dissing each other, where people be like, if there's a difference, people will come after each other and attack each other. So there's just so many areas where for you could find a unique space, but still end up seeing things that are going to discourage you and take you off track. And that's where I don't want you to feel like your creative thinking, your unique path of doing things, your unique way of doing things is bad. It's not bad because it's unique. It's not bad because it's different. And a lot of people will put it in that light. And sometimes just because you see a lot of people not doing it the way that you're doing it, you automatically think, well, if everybody else is doing it this way, then this must be the right way. This must be the best way, and I must be doing it wrong. And that's not the case. Just because it's unique, just because it's different, just because it's creative, just because it's against the norm, does not mean that you are doing something wrong. It doesn't mean that you will not see the fruits of your labor. You will. And that uniqueness of choosing your path and having your path be just as unique as you has been lost. That creativity has been stunted for a lot of people just because of all the influences, just because of social media and all these things and people telling you how to do this and how to do that. And if you don't do it this way, then there's something wrong. And it comes from really all sides, because you can have it from social media, but simultaneously you can have it from people that are older than you, where let's say you're taking on a new responsibility and the older generation may look at you and say, because you're doing it different, you're doing it wrong. And that's not the case. You're just not doing it the way that they were doing it. It doesn't mean that you're doing it wrong. So it can come from many different areas, which is why it's so important to be aware of its presence, be aware of it happening, and be aware of the negative effects that it can have on you, on your life, and the people around you. And the truth of the matter is that there can be two truths at the same time. For someone, this goal, this way of doing it, this lifestyle, this mindset, this thought process may work for them. But for you, you could be doing the complete opposite, literally the complete opposite. And that still works for you. Both of you guys can say, this is what works. Both of you guys can say, this is a process that you need to take. And technically you guys are both right, because it has worked for both of you guys. So that's where you can sit here and say, well, this person said this is how it's supposed to go, and I thought about doing it differently. That must mean that one of us is wrong. No, both of you guys can be right at the same time. And something that I want you to really recognize and take from this video is to break free of group thinking. Group thinking has always been there. Group thinking can actually have its own positives. If you don't know what group thinking is, I'll actually put the definition up on screen. But group thinking can have some good, but it can also have a lot of negative things. It's like, I think it's ducks that do it, where if one runs in a circle, then every other duck runs behind it, and they're just running in a circle, going nowhere. And see, the benefit is when they're going in a straight line, going in the right direction. But it can easily turn into something negative where they're just running in a circle. And groupthink isn't a new thing. It's not a new concept. It's something that's definitely been around, something that a lot of people have done for a very long time. But you have to escape from it and think for yourself instead of just doing and thinking the way everybody else is thinking. You want to break free from it, because a lot of people think that they are thinking freely, think that they are thinking for themselves, think that there's no influence on them. But the truth is, there is propaganda in literally everything. And if you're not paying attention to it, you are most likely being controlled by it without you even realizing it. You think that you're thinking freely, but in reality, you are stuck in a mental trap that you have placed yourself in without knowing it. And I wouldn't necessarily say that it's your fault. It is a choice to escape. But I guess I shouldn't say that you necessarily put yourself in it, because social media, movies, news outlets, articles, all these things have put you in it. They have labeled, and here's the thing, it's not that certain ways of living, certain unique ideas, certain all that, it's not that that is necessarily hidden all the time, but there are negative labels placed to them so that you stray from them, so that you're like, ooh, I don't want to do that, you know? So there are ways of controlling how you think, controlling your creativity, controlling your unique path, so that you align with everything that other people are wanting you to do, what other sources are wanting you to do, what other powers are wanting you to do. And so you want to, instead of just going with that, figure out why you think the way that you think, figure out and challenge it, and make a choice to make a difference. A good way to pinpoint this trapped way of thinking, falling into this lost creativity, is think about what you want. Sit your phone down, sit every social media down, turn off your TV. Think about what you really want And as you're thinking about it, remove the fear, remove the negative influences, remove the suppressive thoughts, remove doing something because everybody else said that you should do it that way. Remove those thoughts and just sit with yourself and think, what do I want to do and how do I want to make it happen? When you're thinking about that, if you feel resistance, if you feel worry, if you feel fear, ask yourself, why do you feel that? If you're immediately telling yourself, oh no, that's not going to work, why? Why won't it work? Why am I telling myself that it's not going to work? Especially when it's like you haven't tried it or you haven't even given yourself the proper chance to allow it to work. Where is that idea coming from? Where did that stem from? Question it. Question all of it. Because this is your life and you need to choose it for yourself. Don't live your life in a box. Don't live your life based off of propaganda. Don't live your life based off of influences and the way that people are making things look on social media and the way things have been so structured and framed in order to control how you act. Choose to bring back your creativity, your unique way of thinking, and make your life the way that you want it to be. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please consider subscribing. Make sure to take care of yourself fully, mentally, physically, financially, spiritually, and all the other ways. Look out for everything and look out for yourself and your mind. And don't just accept everything because it's presented to you. Take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.